welcome back to the Prem or Bust with Brentford. It is me, Foggy Plays, and today should have been the transfer deadline day. Unfortunately, something happened, and regardless of what I do, I cannot fix the videos in the edit. So we're going to have a quick look back over what happened. Because originally, I had the whole thing recorded, the whole transfer deadline day, what's going to happen, and the audio will not sync with the video. So unless you want to watch me sit here for like 10 seconds at the start of the video doing absolutely nothing, then you know, this is how it's going to have to be. Let's have a quick look at how the table looks before we start anything else. We are currently sitting second in the league, 4 points behind Leeds. We have jumped ahead of QPR. It has been a decent time. As you can see, Ollie Watkins and Pontus Janssen are our top goal scorers with eight goals each. The FA Cup, Troy Parrott scored a hat-trick, and we have a 4th round replay against West Ham. So yes indeed, we did draw against West Ham in the league, or in the cup, which is delightful. Since we were here last, we have been on an absolute tear. We haven't lost a single game since the last episode. All thanks to Matthias Janssen coming back from injury. We beat Huddersfield 1-0, then we beat Wigan 3-0. Then we beat Reading 3-0, which has been in really good form. Xavier getting himself a cheeky little goal. Marcondes missed his first penalty of the season here. I did say first of the season, because he did miss another one. Then we beat Blackburn 3-0. Ollie Watkins with a brace. He hasn't scored in a long time. Beat Luton 3-0. Marcus Forth decided to start scoring goals, and he's done relatively well. Against Sheffield Wednesday, we beat them. We drew 2-2. We were the dominant team. Then Marcondes missed a penalty, and the game just turned on its head. We were terrible after that. And we drew 2-2 with Cardiff. Thankfully, Marcus Forth got a 94th minute equaliser. We were definitely the best team in this game. Just didn't really go all that well for us, unfortunately. Then against Fulham, we beat them 1-0. Again, as you can see, Matthias Janssen, 8.4. The man has been an absolute legend so far this year. Then we beat a team that were expected to be up here at the top of the league with us, not having a great time. I think they've gone through 2 managers now. West Brom, Pontus Janssen scored a brace in the first 9 minutes. Force got himself a goal, and Matthias Janssen scored himself a cheeky little brace. Swansea 3-2. We did the business against them, and it was a tight game, but we won, which is all that matters. Then against Millwall, 1-1. We struggled because Matthias Janssen, 6.9, didn't have a great game. Then we jump into January, when all the madness began of the transfers and all that good stuff. 1-1 against Bristol City. Both goals came in the first 4 minutes, and then nothing really happened after that. So, kind of expected. Gillingham, 4-1. Troy Parrott with a hat-trick. Felix Eboa gets himself a goal. That man, I'm so glad we signed him earlier in the year. Then against QPR, who were at the time ahead of us in the league, 4-1. Matthias Janssen with a brace, Troy Parrott, and the now starting right back, Mads Roroslev, has been a revelation. As you can see, Matthias Janssen, 9.3. The man, I will show you him in a second. We are a one-man team, believe me. Then against Huddersfield, 0-0. Ethan Pinnock got sent off for 2 handballs. So we had 3 goals disallowed in this game. 2 of them because Ethan Pinnock decided to handle the ball. Matthias Janssen had a very poor game and picked up an injury. So that was less than ideal. But we beat Forest the next game without Matthias Janssen, 4-0. Henri Xavier, Rico Henry, their keeper Muric, who is the Man City goalkeeper, I think, scored an own goal, but it was because Janssen headed the ball, hit the bottom or the underside of the woodwork, and it just bounced off the goalkeeper and went in. Troy Parrott then added his first league goal of the season, I believe, and that was delightful for us. Then we went and played West Ham in the London Stadium, went 2 up. We were dominant for the first half. Henri Xavier missed a header, and Jared Bowen scored. So that was less than ideal. But we do play West Ham again in the not too distant future in a replay. If we beat them, we play Birmingham, I think it is, in the 5th round. I think it's Birmingham. Yeah, we play Birmingham in the 5th round. If we can beat Sheffield Wednesday? No, West Ham. I was thinking of another ex-Premier League team, because West Ham are going to get relegated this year. I think. They did just beat Wolves, but still. So, transfer-wise, as you can see, we've had a little bit of activity. Julien Janvier is off to Seattle, but when the series is over, so it's not going to make that much of a difference. Is he? No. Soon. He's actually leaving soon. Okay, that's fine. Frederick Hamer is off to Sweden at the Falkenbergs on a free at the end of the summer. Makes no difference to us. Josh De Silva has gone on loan to Montreal Impact, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's all rejected ones. So I think it's Montreal Impact. Tariq Fosu is off to Nashville in February, in, 2 weeks. So, delightful. Halilal is back from his injury, and he had a whole bunch of contracts offered to him on loan. I rejected all of them because I want him here. We tried to sign Kenwin Jones. We tried to bring him in on trial. He refused. So, sorry, Kenwin. It's the end of your career. And Karelis is off to Ghent at the end of the season. He's not going to play anyway, so it makes no odds to me. So, we'll have a quick look at the outs. I'm going to... Yeah, you can't see them now. Okay, so players that went out in January. Nathan Shepard's gone on loan. Don't really care. He's a young goalkeeper. He was never going to get in the first team. Ockeson's gone off to Finland to play for HJK. He's gone home. Made a cheeky little bit of money off him. Sergio Canas has gone off to Rangers because he just wasn't getting into our team. Joel Valencia went to Derby. 2.4 million. We paid 1.8 for him before I arrived. He was terrible for us, and he's gone there and it's not been great. So that's ideal for us. Josh De Silva, as I said, went on loan to Montreal Impact. He wanted to leave because he wasn't getting enough first team football. Nobody wanted to buy him. Montreal Impact and a whole bunch of other MLS teams came in and went, hey, we want him on loan. And I was like, okay. And then we sold a Cypriot left back. Yeah, Cypriot left back, which I had no interest in playing. He's not very good. Off to Derby. So Derby threw a lot of money at us. Took some of our players away. I'm more than happy to take that. So players that have come in. Tommy Hoban came in on a free after being released by Watford. Didn't have a club. Picked him up. He's played 4 games. Yeah, played 4 games. It's been average. He's like a utility defender now. Then we signed Jack Byrne, who is a very decent attacking midfielder who we've been playing quite a lot. And he's actually quite good. Tries tricks. Yeah, on his debut he tried a Rabona, which almost came off. He's played twice in the league, twice in the cup. 7.3 average. Been pretty good. Ex-Man City. Ex-Man City and ex-Wigan. So you know he's good. Then we signed this central midfielder called Rico from Leganés. He looks quite good. I think he wants to play in... I think I agreed to play him in a central midfield as a central midfielder on defend. It's not going to happen. Just I wanted to get him in on deadline day. And then we signed Amin Guri for like 10 million. Man United, Chelsea and Liverpool wanted him. He's come to us. It's going to cost 10 million. But it's on the never because I didn't have 10 million to spend. So that's everything that we have done so far. Season preview. They're expecting us now to finish 3rd, which I find interesting that West Brom are still 4th, even though they're way down in 11th. Could still happen. But Matthias Jensen has picked up yet another injury, but this man has just been amazing this year. 24 appearances in the league, 7 goals, 19 assists, 10 player of the matches, an average of 8.08. What can I say? He's played 2 cup games, played a 7. That was disappointing. 4.3 million. It's now valued at 14 and a quarter. We did have a couple of players who had interest in them that came to nothing. Ben Rama was wanted by Newcastle now. Alright, so he was wanted by Stuttgart, Frankfurt and Dusseldorf during the transfer window. Nobody made like an offer for him, but it came like we kept getting like news articles like, oh, maybe he's going to leave, maybe he's going to stay, and I was like, meet the money I want and you can have him. Same with Ollie Watkins. A couple of teams came in looking to sign him, and I was like, give me 40 million, you can have him. And no team wanted to spend 40 million on him for some reason. So he's still here. Marcondes, I think he's kind of lost his place a little bit. Jack Byrne has come in and has just been exceptional. unexpectedly, Henri Xavier has been fantastic. Like I said, he would be 7.1 in the league average over 26 games, 7 goals, 2 assists, 3 player of the matches. Give this man a chance. 3 cup games he's played, it's been terrible on him, but still, he's been like the rock of our central midfield this year. Did not expect to be saying that when I signed him, but Matthias Jensen, really disappointed he's picked up an injury. Christian Norgard has come back from his injury. I'm not 100% sure this guy is the one. He's definitely lost his place at the moment to Henri Xavier, but we can see what happens. There's always, like, what I find interesting is he like arrives late in opponent's area, but he wants to play as a deep line playmaker on defend. Like that's the position he wants to play. No. If it wasn't for his injury, I reckon he would have definitely been a nailed on starter. But since that injury, this is kind of the team I'm expecting to play with Jensen instead of Rico. Rico will just go sit in the bench then when Jensen is back. We did sign Matty Willock. I somehow forgot to show you this guy. We signed him from Gillingham on deadline day because the board weren't happy that we hadn't signed enough lower league domestic players, because to be fair we hadn't really signed any. So I brought him in. Didn't really make any difference. Everybody was disappointed with him, so that was less than ideal, but still second in the league. I think that would be more important if we can maintain our good form. Like I said, good form, unbeaten since the last episode against QPR. We're really disappointed in that. I was originally planning on just kind of like letting the season come to an end, and if we won the league or got promoted, then it's great success. But if we didn't, then I was going to show the playoffs. What I might do is come back for like, originally was considering the Wigan game, but I don't know if that's like too close to the end of the season, and we just come back and see how we're getting on. So maybe we come back for Fulham, because that'll be an interesting game, because we'll come back for like somewhere in March and see how we're getting on against one of these teams, depending on who's kind of the big scary team that we play at the time, because we play Fulham and Reading away, and they're both 4th and 5th in the league. So we'll see. Interesting, speaking of Blackburn Rovers, Bradley Dack was a player who I had a look at, was interested to see what he would cost, and then suddenly everyone just went, like, the whole like media world went, oh, Brentford are trying to sign Bradley Dack. I was like, no, we were interested, like we were looking at him, but he's not been amazing. So I was like, no thank you. But yeah, that's everything that we've done to this point. Still don't know how. I just didn't scroll down far enough. Yeah, Matty Willock came in on deadline day as well. So we had 3 signings on deadline day: 2 central midfielders, 1 striker, and on deadline day we sold a right back, left back who had no interest, or we had no interest in playing. How are we getting on projection wise? So we're expected to be 10 million in debt. We spent a lot of money, to be fair. Yeah. Okay. Like, we have a little bit of money spare wage. We have spare wage budget. So maybe I do go sign Kenwyne Jones for the lols. Just have him sitting on the bench. Why would I do that? I have so many good strikers now, and I'm like, maybe I sign Kenwyne Jones and put him on the bench. No, it's not. That's not what we're going to do. We're not going to do that. We do have a little bit of an Irish contingent now. So I brought in Jack Byrne from Shamrock Rovers, who has been, like I said, quite good since he arrived. Tommy Hoban is just a fantastic utility player. Can play anywhere across the back four. Troy Parrott has finally scored, or found his scoring boots. So we have ourselves a few cheeky little Irish players. Troy Parrott is now playing for the under-21s, and he's been really good. So leave a comment down below. Who do you think is the best signing we made? Do you think we should have strengthened anywhere else? Like, is there, like, should we have brought in a third choice goalkeeper just in case something happens to David Raya? Because he did pick up a slight injury in a game. I came up on the top, like the part where it's like, oh, all the stuff you need to know. He picked up a slight knock, really bad tackle on one player. So we brought on Gunnarsson, and then he played in a game against Gillingham, and it was a bit butterfingers, so it scared me a tiny bit. So I was like, maybe we should sign another player. We didn't. And I don't think we actually have a goalkeeper. We do. The goalkeeper, we still have Luke Daniels as well. I forgot to get rid of him. God damn it. Yeah, we've 2 goalkeepers in the reserves if need be. I hope we don't have to use them. That would be terrible. But yeah, like I said, comment below who is the best player we signed. Is there anyone else position wise we should have strengthened? And if you liked the video, then obviously hit the like button. And maybe subscribe. Think about subscribing. Subscribing, important. When you subscribe, you make baby Jesus happy. And making baby Jesus happy makes everyone happy. Thank you for watching, fillers. I'll see you in the next one.